we're going to get right into it. So for the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to explain what the issue is, right? Because some people need to get the background on the issue and need to understand the whole genesis of this. So we're going to go through, for those that don't understand, that may not know, we're going to give you some background here. However, this has the potential, not just for Filian, but for all other VTubers to blow up. So that's why we're going to get educated here today. That's why we're going to talk about it on this channel today. So what happened? What exactly happened here? So this is the tweet that kind of started it all. So you have a company, and by the way, the name of the company here is Good Smile US, but do not let that fool you. Good Smile is a Japanese company. We'll pull up their corporate information after this, but this is a Japanese company with their headquarters in Tokyo, Japan, right? Just like many other VTuber related companies. They just have a English, they're essentially their US, quote unquote US, is not a branch. It is just their Twitter that they put out stuff in English, right? It's not a branch. I know some people say branch. They don't have a physical presence in the United States, right? They ship to the United States, but they do not have a physical incorporated presence in the United States. They don't have a building in the United States, just an English Twitter, right? So a lot of people in the VTuber industry, I really don't like their use of the term branch because they don't actually have any physical presence or even legal presence in that country. Just use English accounts, right? Yeah, like Talk said, they have 2 English accounts, one for the USA and one for everyone else. Okay, that doesn't mean much, right? If there's a lawsuit in the United States, they're not going to seize your Twitter, right? So from a legal perspective, it's not really a thing. It's more, I think Cynical Outlook gets it right, saying a US brand. That's more appropriate, saying it's a brand, right? That might be true. So, okay, what did they put out here? Anime Expo 2024. So they're trying to clearly market right now because Anime Expo is going on. They're trying to market off of Anime Expo, which is not dumb. It's actually pretty smart. You've got an active event, so you're going to market off of that, right? So Good Smile Filian, nendroid Filian. Stay tuned for information above. Hashtag Filian, hashtag Good Smile. So here is the photo. Here's a little nendroid. Right? So you've got Nendroid series coming soon, Filian. It looks really cute. It does look cute, not gonna lie. Looks cute. You got little Filian signature there, right? And notice this thing on the bottom. We might need to enhance real quick here. On the bottom here, there's a little 2024 Filian on the bottom. So Good Smile went to create a nendroid. Right? So they went to create an nendroid. Legal mindset nendroid will definitely happen in the future, guys. It'll definitely happen. Filian put her copyright stamp on this. She has no copyright to this because it is, in fact, something that was purchased from Jingo that she, and we'll talk about this later, may only have a license to, which is not the same thing as public domain, and it's not the same thing as buying it outright with all those rights, right? It is having limited rights. So she purchased limited rights. Now, Good Smile as a company is based in Japan. And now there's a little bit of flashbang here on this, but you've got this is just the Wikipedia, right? But you can see the headquarters, Akiba Building 31612, Sotokanda, Tokyo, Japan, right? So this is a Japanese company. Now, that's going to play into effect because in fact, the people that she purchased this from, the artists, are also Japanese. That's a relevant legal fact. All right. So Filian actually thought that she had the rights to this model and that it was absolutely free, and she was using it. It appears she thinks to have thought this was a public domain thing. And I get this from watching this clip of her, right? And this is a very short clip, but just watch this, guys.
You're so beautiful. I'm so glad that you like this model that I paid $0 for and I'm using for free. You are so beautiful.
So she's confirming.
So glad that you like this model that I paid $0 for and I'm using for free.
So she's confirming, okay, it's a free model. She's using it for free, But that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no conditions, and she's misunderstanding. And this may be a big misunderstanding of, was this public domain? And she may have thought this was public domain when this is really under some sort of Creative Commons license or some other restrictive rights. We're going to talk about legally those distinctions, because these are very important distinctions. And these are important distinctions regardless of whether you're in Japan or the US. But obviously, I'm a US attorney. I'm speaking to primarily US law, right? But some of these things we'll get into the international aspects. So here's the response for those, once again, just to give some background here. Here's the response from the artist Jingo. This is on their Twitter. Now, obviously, Jingo is speaking in Japanese, so this is the translation. So, hello, I'm Jingo. This morning, we received many inquiries regarding the announcement made on Good Smile Company about the production of a nendroid figure of the VTuber Rindo, right? I was traveling and I contacted you, so I took some time for me to help find the situation. Regarding the production of the VTuber nendroid based on Rindo, I was unable to receive any prior contact from Good Smile Company or the VTuber regarding production-related matters. From my perspective, I was very confused by the fact that a company was planning to produce a figurine based on my character and that I never heard anything about it. We have currently contacted Good Smile Company and the VTuber in question and are waiting for a response. It is not an individual issue, so it's going to take some time for everything to come together. Please be aware of this and be patient while we wait for the results, right? So that's got 5 million views. And then people are posting since then. This is here. Hi, this is Filian's manager. If you want to make merch of her for conventions, go for it. My manager is me. So people, this is posted right below this. So this is 2004, June 2004. Big oof on that one, right? And then people were also posting, and there's kind of put threads down here, some of her other merchandise, right? So she's actually previously had merchandise like waifu cups here, right? Made other merchandise, you know, that's already been made of Filian, right? And then, of course, she actually uses a second model, right, based on the Mint model, right? And the artist that's behind that one, Komado, also posted about the Mint model, saying, we have received numerous inquiries regarding a specific VTuber. Regarding this matter, we do not permit the use of the Mint sales model as an original character for sales plush toy or distribution of skins in a racing game. Please follow the terms of use when using the avatar, right? So once again, that's another model. And they're saying, nope, we do not allow this. And we're going to get into those terms of service, right? But also you see, and this is just another post here I want to show, with further merchandise that was created for Filian. So this is once again a Filian vinyl, right? And you've got a Filian t-shirt, right? So clearly there's more, the merch hole goes deep. And what was Filian's response to this? How did Filian respond to this? Well, there's a lot of ways you could respond to this. She chose to go with uh-oh, right? When this was community noted, right? So Jingo, the original creator, did not give Filian permission for any of the merch she's decided to produce. They were only informed after the announcement. Oof. So yeah, that's a little more than uh-oh, Filian. You've been doing this for a while, so now it brings up questions of back pay, of compensation. There's a lot of issues here. I just want to show you guys the basic spectrum between public domain and rights reserved. And this is very, very important, right? So this is something I want to teach you guys. You know, if I educate you guys on one thing during a stream, I feel like I'm accomplished. This is my one thing today, okay? And if you guys understand this, I have done a good job of legal education, okay? So this is a pretty international rubric. Now, different countries have different perspectives on this. We are going to talk about Japanese law and how Japanese law has even stricter rights and how that comes into play here. But generally, if something is true public domain, meaning it's free to the public, what you are doing is you are waiving any ownership, meaning you give the rights away to the public. The public owns this. You do not own this, right? So if this was public domain, then Filian she could make merch, and there isn't shit that the artist could do about it because it's public domain, because she gave away all rights, because all ownership was waived. It was given away to the public in general, and the artist loses any right to say anything about it, right? That's public domain. So open license is the middle spectrum, right? So it's the middle of your rights. So you can use it, but the artist reserves rights. Now, obviously, the most retention is the all rights reserved, which means no, you can't use it. Yes, you have to pay for it, and I am reserving all of my rights. So I am not granting rights to the public. You do need to ask me permission to change it, use it, however. So I think this thing is but somewhere between open license and rights reserved, somewhere in between that. So it's not public domain. And I think Filian thought it was public domain. I think Filian genuinely, because it was free, she had the perception that this thing was public domain. Yeah. So she thought this thing was public domain, and it clearly was not. So let's go over here to looking at the actual model real quick, right? So here we go. We've got the actual model. This is from Booth. So this is actually what's available online. You can see the striking similarity to Filian here because it is Filian, right? By Studio Jingo. It actually isn't free on Booth. So I don't know what she was talking about getting it for free, because we're all looking at right here, 7,000 Japanese yen. That's not free, right? So maybe what happened here was somebody downloaded this and then they gave it to Filian, right? And it was ended up pirated, right? So it's possible that Filian, did not acquire this directly from Booth, that she acquired this from somebody else and it had been pirated. She's got this model that clearly looks based off of that one. She also uses a second model, and this is the Mint model. This is the one that Komodo was bringing up. And here's the Mint model, another model that she uses, right? This model, 2,500 yen, not free. And both of these models, if you scroll down, right, past all the Nihongo, right, you've got terms of use in English right here. And when you click on said terms of use, and we're going to go through both terms of use for both of the models, right? Here's one of the terms of use. Here's the one for Jingo, right? Jingo. The original version in Japanese shall prevail. So you've got personal use that's allowed. Corporate use, you've got to contact the licensor. And this is a big thing. A lot of people put no commercial use in their terms. And on this page, they have no commercial use. And the TOS here for both models clearly prohibit use in merch. This is also the TOS here for the Komodo. And it also prohibits use for tangible goods. So both models that she uses prohibit use for tangible goods, right? They also both prohibit political and religious activities, which is funny because you can use violence or sex, but not religion, because, you know, religion and politics is more taboo. All right, I'm gonna try to blaze past this. But I think she may have thought this was public domain, and in fact is not public domain. So all the law that's applying to public domain is not there. By the way, if Supreme Court has ruled on this, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that if something is in the public domain, only Congress would have the ability to put it back into copyright protection. That's under the Golan case, Golan, Golan case. But this has never been public domain. I think she thought it was, but it is indeed not. It's indeed not. Now, I did see this really insightful post from Flipsy, who said there's a way to rebrand and not use the free model. And they used the example of Neuro, right? So there's Neuro as the free model, and there's the Neuro rebrand, right? And this is 100% legal. So doing a inspired by the free model, but it's not, it's just similar. This is 100% legal. So you're not going to be able to be sued at all for this. This is 100% okay. So Filian could do something exactly the same. She could get Filian 2.0 just like Neuro, and that would be totally fine. That would be totally okay, right? It's transformative enough. It's fine. It's similar. There's no way she's going to get nailed. There's no copyright on brown hair girl, right? Sorry, no. Filian needs to do this. She has the money to do this. She needs to stop being a cheap ass and actually do that.